Once upon a time, in a whimsical world full of magical creatures and talking plants, there was a place called Draco's greenhouse. It was the most extraordinary and fun place you could ever imagine, and it was known far and wide as Funneh Gacha by all the kids in the magical land. Draco was a jolly gnome who lived in Gachaville, a charming little town surrounded by enchanting forests and sparkling streams. Draco had a round red nose, a big pointy hat that always seemed to be just a bit too big for him, and the friendliest smile you could ever see. But what made Draco truly special was his love for plants and his talent for making them magical. One sunny morning, Draco decided to share his magical garden with all the kids in Gachaville. He wanted to make it an unforgettable adventure, so he called it Funneh Gacha Garden. Draco sent out invitations to all the kids, and they were unlike any invitations they had ever seen. Each invitation was a tiny potted plant with a riddle on it. The riddles were like puzzles, and the kids had to solve them to find Draco's greenhouse. The first riddle said, "To reach Funneh Gacha Garden, follow the river where the water sparkles like diamonds and the frogs dance on lily pads. There, you'll find the beginning of your gacha adventure." The kids gathered around, puzzled but excited. They followed the riddles and soon reached a beautiful river where the water shimmered and shone like a million stars. On lily pads in the river, frogs were indeed dancing, hopping from one pad to another in a merry rhythm. "We're on the right track," the kids giggled. As they followed the riddles, they entered a magical forest where trees whispered secrets and birds sang sweet melodies. The forest felt alive, and the kids knew they were getting closer to Draco's greenhouse. Finally, they arrived at the entrance of the Funneh Gacha Garden. There was a sign that read, "Welcome to Draco's Funneh Gacha Garden of Magic and Wonder." The kids couldn't wait to see what surprises awaited them inside. As they stepped into the greenhouse, their eyes widened in amazement. The Funneh Gacha Garden was like a dream come true. Rows and rows of vibrant, colorful plants filled the space, each in its own unique pot. These were no ordinary plants. They were gacha plants, and they were full of magic. Draco explained the rules of the game to the kids. Each child would receive a special gacha seed, and their task was to plant it in the greenhouse, water it, and watch it grow. With a little patience and care, they would soon be able to gacha their very own surprise from their plant. The kids eagerly picked their gacha seeds and got to work. They carefully planted them in the pots, making sure to give them just the right amount of water. They watched with wonder as their plants began to sprout and grow. Some plants shot up like rockets while others took their time, but every child was excited to see what surprise their plant would reveal. As the days passed, the kids became friends with their gacha plants. They talked to them, sang to them, and even told them silly jokes. The plants seemed to respond to their love and attention, growing bigger and more colorful with each passing day. One magical morning, the kids woke up to an incredible surprise. Their gacha plants had transformed into the most amazing creatures and objects. Some kids found tiny dragons perched on their plants, while others discovered miniature treasure chests filled with shiny coins. There were even gacha plants that turned into talking animals that told hilarious jokes and stories. The Funneh Gacha Garden was filled with laughter and joy as the kids marveled at their gacha surprises. They couldn't believe how much fun they were having, and they thanked Draco for creating such an incredible place. The kids kept coming back to the Funneh Gacha Garden, sharing their stories and adventures with each other. They also learned valuable lessons about patience, caring for living things, and the enchantment of nature. And so, in the magical land of Gachaville, Draco's Funneh Gacha Garden remained a place of endless fun and wonder. It was a place where kids and magical plants lived in harmony, where friendships blossomed like the gacha plants, and where the spirit of adventure never faded away. And they all lived happily ever after, cherishing the memories of their amazing Funneh Gacha adventures in Draco's greenhouse.